Let me start it off by saying, man, thank everybody that could tap in, man. Number one, it is an honor to be here on another Sunday, y'all. You know, I've had death in my family this week. And moments like this, I like to remind everybody that it is an absolute blessing to be here. I know it seems like we hear that type of stuff all the time, but you know, some people left this Sunday, some people left this Saturday. If you are still here, you still got people that call you, people that still love you. You need to remember that because not everybody got that privilege, man. Not everybody got that honor. Not everybody got that luxury to have that happen. There are some people that literally did not come back this coming week. With that being said, man, shout out to the Crowder gang gang. Shout out to the Crowder gang gang. I'm thankful y'all to tap in for me, man. If you did not get to catch this live, make sure you like a comment on the playback. Make sure you tell me how you feel, how you like the adjustments, the minor tweaks that I've been making. I've been just trying to get better, y'all. I'm a trial and error type of person. Shout out to Wifey that's really helping me out. She's much IT support, what I call her. She definitely helps me out, man. Because, you know, I be learning as I go. I'm a type of person. I'm never a type of person that's going to have 100% at the beginning. I'm just going to keep adding and getting better as I grow. Back to other news, man. Look at my nose. I know I'm looking like Rudolph, y'all. I got bee stung on Friday. Try to put some ointment on it, try to condense it down, try to make it rest up. But I know my big old nose is just emphasizing, man. I know I'm looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Holiday season almost coming right. Hopefully the temperature drop in Houston because it is too hot. I'm telling you, just ready for a change. But definitely, like I said, thankful for being another week. Sunday is a time when we reflect, talk about things, chop it up on tough topics. Sunday is a time when we do that, y'all. We don't back away from nothing. We don't run from nothing. We addressed everything. So today was a heavy week, y'all. If you have not been around and see what's going on, man, I like to touch the first subject. I think it's the most powerful. If you have not been living under a rock, man, we got to talk about, man, Coach Prime and his humongous win against TCU. If you don't know who Coach Prime is, he was a former NFL Hall of Famer, great cornerback, great leader of men, formerly the head coach of growing up in development. He was head coaching in Fort Worth with the youth programs in that area. So he was in Texas working through high school programs, coaching his way up before he got his first official crack at Jackson State University, at historical Black college and university. While at Jackson State, I believe for 3 to 4 years, he knocked down so many doors, y'all. Got them national press, got them funding, got them flying first class, got them having their own private planes. Coach Prime is a trailblazer. He is a disruptor. He is somebody that is literally changing the tides on how you do things. The number one thing I notice that Coach Prime does that most people fear, he exposes that coaching the old guard is not as good as it is in his new environment. He exposes that even though we have coaches saying, oh, this is what they formerly did, he is exposing that that's not how it really is. Coach Prime in real time is showing us that relationships will take you so much further than anything in life. Coach Prime is showing that he builds relationship with his young men and they follow him. He shows that when a Black man can lead a campus without any naysayers, without any inhibitors, his way, he will be successful. In my lifetime, I have never seen the Colorado Buffaloes be as dominant as they were this past Saturday. People don't understand. For a 1-11 program the previous year to beat a team that was in the national championship last year is unheard of. Have nobody ever said how great of a feat that Coach Prime is doing? He's changing the imagery, the apparel, the sales, the boosters, and the players going to their university. He is one of one. People have talking about this is an upset. I'm going to say right now, Coach Prime may win 8 or 9 games this year. He may beat Oregon or UFC. You heard it here first. He may beat Oregon or USC. His whole team has his thumbprint, his slogan, his charisma, the way he talks, his messaging is outstanding. Coach Prime, if you watch that game, has his team ready to go, prepared, organizes, and disciplined. They had their first game on the road of a national champion team last year, on the road, and beat them in Fort Worth. Y'all, do you not know how a big deal it is? Do you not understand that that is not normal? You don't see that. What he did is not normal. He is showing now in real time, if I got the funding, if I have the support team, if I have the structure, I can do things that's never been done before. The reason why he's getting a lot of hate from those other coaches is because he's going to start stealing a lot of them players. Guys are going to flock to him because he resembles our families, our uncles, our fathers, and our structure. Coach Prime is showing in real time that old philosophy of a certain amount of coach, just like we had that philosophy of a certain type of quarterback, ain't true. Coach Prime is showing dedication, hard work, being yourself is enough. He's Kanye West. He's a trailblazer. He's Steve Jobs. He's a disruptor. He is going to change the landscape of college football. Do not be surprised if Colorado's in the playoff next year. Do not be surprised if he has almost 5 to 7 All-Americans on his team. Do not be surprised if he goes and oversees everything that we put before him. What I saw this weekend, I know some teams have a better structure. Man, offensively, who has a Shador besides USC? That quarterback? That cornerback wide receiver? Who has that? Who has a Travis Hunter? Who has a Shador Sanders on their team? USC got Caleb Williams. I get that. Georgia, who they got? Ohio State. It's a lot of teams. I'm going to say, man, if it's going shootout for shootout, man, they ain't got that. They do not have that. That team is special. That team is showing, even though they were labeled as this, they are over exceeding expectations. I'm going to give you another great example. I love the way his son Shador spoke post-conference. And he spoke about how people say, I go to a Power 5, you go to HBCU. As an adult in this adult world, man, it doesn't matter where you went to college. It doesn't matter how you were raised. It doesn't matter who your parents are. Do you put in the work or not? Do you? Do you work hard? Are you disciplined? Are you focused? Do you come to work on time? All of that about what your parents did, what you do for a living, what I was blessed with, none of that matters, y'all. Zero. Because when you get in this work world, it is all about your individual performance. Do you bring it every day? Are you focused? Are you willing to outwork the next man or woman? Nobody cares about where you went to school. I have never been asked one time professionally where I went to undergraduate or postgraduate. People don't care about that. Are you competent? Coach Prime is competent. Shador is competent at their position. All of that theory about I got to go to this type of school to get this, it's all bull jive. It's That's what them other schools fear. Once the mystique of going to an Alabama is gone, once the mystique of going to a USC is gone, Coach Prime is showing you is that if you can make it out of Colorado, man, it ain't the mystique of the programs, y'all. It's the coach and what they implement. In Colorado, he is implementing a Black American family first mentality. They fear that. I would fear that if I was an AD somewhere. How can you compete with that? How can you go against that? You can't replicate that with your coach. You can't replicate that with your program. You can't do what he is doing. You can't. All he needs is the players to back that up. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. All respect to Nick Saban the Great. We are officially in the prime area. We are officially in the coach prime era. That game answered all questions. That game answered a lot of statements. He can't coach. He played against small competition. He broke 4 records in one weekend. 4 passing yards, receivers, touchdowns, and home game off a losing record compared to another season. Icon. I'm calling it right now. We are officially in the coach prime era. Hate it, love it, don't, book it. We are in this era, y'all. I ain't got nothing more to say and nothing more to add on it, man, because it's truly scary what these young men are about to do. Staying on sports, y'all, you know, it's been a great sports week of conversation and discourse. Again, if you haven't subscribed, like to the channel, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your information below. Thank you for the crowd of king, crowd of gang. Thank you for watching it, man. Next subject I think is very important to talk about, y'all. Got my little opinion because I'm trying to get in the habit of notes. And when I break down a subject, it's important to dive into it, man. Next point. Did y'all watch the body language between Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A? Yo, I think it's gonna work. I think it's going to work. I just want you to watch it. I'm at no volume. I want you to just watch how they communicate, how they get along, how they're respectful towards one another, how they, when they discourse, they go off each other very well and fairly. Y'all, fair use. This duo is going to be iconic. This duo right here is going to make me tune in. Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A, they up next. Even the little brief talking point about LeBron James was fluid. It was good. It wasn't forced. It wasn't too much where you couldn't even like diagnose or break it down. It was actually good. It was entertaining. It was fair. It was mild-mannered. It was humorous. It was sophisticated when they talked. It was very good the way they got along and mannerism. One thing I love the most of, y'all, and I was given this by my dad. If you ever want to see somebody talking, turn the volume down, watch their body language. What's the body language between these two? I thought it was very open, respectful. The hand gestures. Let's watch it again. Watch the eye contact. Look at the hand gestures. Look at how both calm they are when they're even having a discourse, how they're discussing it with each other. If you ever want to learn something about if something's going to work, turn the volume down and watch how people communicate. Look at Shannon. Look at Stephen A. Just look at it. Even though a debate is actually happening, these brothers have mutual respect for each other. These brothers can talk about something without it turning disrespectful. These guys can break down a topic even though they have adverse opinions, even though they have differences of feelings. The mutual respect will always be there. Number one thing I learned from this, I got to give Shannon his credit because he always gives Skip his credit. And I'm going to quote Shannon Sharpe right here. I'm not going to let 6 bad months ruin a 6.5 great relationship. Oh, referring to Skip Bayless. I absolutely agree with him. Man, they had a phenomenal show. They had a phenomenal run. They had a phenomenal progress that they were doing with each other. You cannot allow a short-term issues to break up so much other stuff. That's what's most wrong with relationships right now. You allow one bad moment, you throw the baby out with the bathwater. Shannon Sharpe has a good perspective, man. Him and Skip had a phenomenal 6.5 good year run. Phenomenal. 6 months of bad love, don't stop that. 6 months of not getting along, don't stop that. I felt like their breakup was amicable. I feel like their stoppage was respectful. I felt like the brothers agreed and never spoke publicly bad about any of them. I believe the last day between Shannon Sharpe and Skip on air was phenomenal. And I believe that the Shannon Sharpe and Skip direction, Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A direction, so many S's. Y'all see that? So many S's is going to be moving in a positive direction. I heard 2 alphas speak. I love Shannon's animated side. I love Stephen A's demeanor. He's not as animated as Shannon, but he's his own version. I would say I align more in the Shannon category. I'm very rambunctious, very loud, very emotional when I speak. I think I'm more Shannon. But I love the way Stephen A can counteract that and be himself. I'm calling it now. Dynamic duo better than Shannon and Skip. I'm going to call it early. You heard it here. If you don't believe me, turn the video off, watch the body language. Body language tells all, y'all. The body languages between these two let me know that it will be a successful show and dynamically as it grows together. I'm calling it early. On the other hand, have y'all seen Undisputed? Have you seen Undisputed? I have. Honestly, I love Undisputed dynamics. I love what they're trying to do. The problem I have with Undisputed, it seems very forced. I do not believe they need to be the 9 a.m. leadoff show anymore. Them and First Thing First need to switch time slots. Undisputed needs to go to the afternoon. First Thing First needs to go to the morning. Cowherd stays where time slot it is. The reason why I say that, when you watch Undisputed now, they have very talented individuals on there. I love Sherm. Intellectual, straight out of Compton, educated, thorough brother, not questioning his acumen at all. Keyshawn has his rights, proven, first round pick, NFL wide receiver. We know what he is. And Skip, the ultimate heel, contrarian, going against the grain. I do not think post Shannon and Skip, they can survive. I'm just going to play for you. You know me, y'all. I always like to play stuff without the sound of the audio. That's my thing. I love to do it because I love to watch the dynamics. And I'm going to look at the intro song now, right? Which, shout out to Weezy F, baby. You know, that's my era, y'all. I am a Weezy F, baby supporter to the fullest. Everybody don't support Wayne like I do, but I do. The new Undisputed theme song, I believe it should have been half of what it is. Wayne is a lyricist mastertician, not disagreeing. The theme song is not as good as the first one. I'm going to call it now. It's not. The original Undisputed verse is better than the second one. It's too long. Wayne is spitting, doing what he does. He is a lyricist mastermind. This song does not have that same as the original. It doesn't. It's longer. It's a little bit confusing the way he's spitting and using the words the way he does. I love the visual imprints of it, but you can tell they are trying to teach themselves along the process. They are. Now, I want y'all to see Skip bringing on his new comrades. I love the intro song. Fair use again, y'all. Love the intro songs. Love what Skip is trying to do post Shannon. But what I'm gonna say, man, is it doesn't have the same flavor. I love the introductions he gave to the brothers. Number one, Skip gave a phenomenal introduction. He went into their programs, he went into their backgrounds, but the format is not a win. It's not. It is not a lasting impact show anymore. It's not. I think the topics have been okay. Maybe it has to be more longer. Maybe I need to give an update as I go. But as of right now, I love Michael Irvin. I love Keyshawn. I love Sherm. As a early indicator on the show, it seems forced. It doesn't seem natural. Michael Irvin is himself. Keyshawn is trying to be himself, so is Richard Sherman. But it doesn't feel like this dynamic duo has the staying power. It doesn't. That minute body language between Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A, I saw it. The body language between these gentlemen. I'm going to play it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Remember, whenever you watch a show and you watch somebody conversate, I want to turn the volume down and watch it. Turn the volume down. Don't listen to the audio and just look at them. So as you turn the audio down and you're looking at the dynamics in this relationship and how they're going at each other, I want you to see what I see. Right now, this is a Coach Prime topic. Prior to him winning at TCU, phenomenal win, I want you to just watch. Just watch. Michael Irvin is making his pleading case. He's speaking passionately as he does. I want you to see the other enthusiasm by the other guests. Just watch it. Where do you see the passion, love, interest in the dynamic with them? I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't see it coming out strong. I do not see it having a lasting power. Not saying they can't. It is early on. But what I'm saying is that in the first 3 to 4 episodes, I don't think it needs to be the leadoff show anymore. That's just me. As a sports fan, lover, guru, fanatic as I am, you can love, hate, ignore what I'm saying. I am not a CBS executive. I am not a Fox executive. What I am saying from a fan perspective, I think it needs to be retooled. Keep the show, but put it to the afternoon time. Put First Thing First as the leadoff show. Have Undisputed in the afternoon. This show cannot compete with First Take. You can't. Undisputed formerly could. This cannot. You can look at the pivots and turns that they need to happen, or you can still go down this route and see what happens. I believe when I know that something's changing, it is best to go along with the change, not go away from it. Once you find out new information, y'all, in business, you pivot from it. You don't double down on it. You don't say, I'm going to fix it. Once people show you who they are, believe them. Once you see the energy and enthusiasm on the show, believe them. Do not go against the grain. Do not fight on the subject. Take the L. Okay, this show does not have the staying power. Post Shannon, move on, pivot, own the mistakes. Because if we go down this path, it's going to get worse. It is. Because when Shannon starts going to First Take during the NFL season, it's going to be a hit. It's going to be. You've made your decisions with Skip. Fox chose to go the Skip route. Foolishly, they chose to go the Skip route. They did. They did. Now, you have to make up for it on the back end, which I do not think you can. You should have chose Skip. Should have chose Scanning. Period. You should have. You got Skip now. You've made that adjustments. Now, you have to live with it. Moving on. On the next note, man, NFL start next weekend. College football is going to be beginning. King Crowd is still going to be coming in hot, giving you the takes, but I will be adding my Dallas Cowboy fanatic energy into this subject because you know we them boys, baby. You know, Super Bowl bound. Dallas Cowboy, baby. Woo! So, thank y'all for tuning in again. Again, comment, like, subscribe to the channel, y'all. It has been phenomenal getting in. This is my intermission round. I'm going to go ahead and take me a quick 5-10 minute break. I'm going to play some vibes for y'all because I want y'all to feel amazing as I do. I'm going to play this audio, let you enjoy your break, get you some time. Then we're going to dive away from the sports topics into some things that's going on in Black American news today. Take this time to observe, watch, and it's your boy, checking back in a minute. And I'm going to let you know. All right? So, coming back. Back, y'all, man. Needed that little break. Hopefully, you got to recoup and get what you need to get done as well, y'all. Remember, Sunday is about refocus, replenish, discussions, and spending the time what you need to, man. I follow the philosophy of 6 days labor, 1 day rest. Bust your butt, work hard throughout the week, 6 days. That 1 day should be for rest, re-intensive. And this right here is therapy to me, y'all. Talking to my people, talking to the crowd of gang, 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 talking to y'all, having fun, and breaking down these subjects I see throughout the week, man, because it's a lot of things we see that we try to normalize that should not be normalized. And it's really bad behavior. So, what example I'm gonna do leading into this, man? If you did not catch last week's podcast, shame on you. Number one, tune into your boy, watch me, plug me, talk about these subjects. But the word I broke down in detail was the word misandry. Misandry is the extreme dislike and hatred for men. If you are a misandrist, that's the type of words you hear when somebody posts their relationship status. When somebody says, I'm in a relationship right now, and you see somebody under the comments, we all see it. Be careful, sis, he might cheat on you. Be careful, that ain't a good man. He don't trust you. He don't love you. He don't follow you like that. Those are the words, the acts, the thoughts of a misandrist. Brothers, men, and women, we need to get these words in our lexicon. I'm going to tell you, they have done a phenomenal job with the messaging of patriarchy, heterosexual, toxic masculinity. Now we need to make sure that we understand the other side of the token, because now it is too far swung towards the pendulum. You know what I mean? Towards the pendulum on what men shouldn't be doing. Now we have a lot of misandrous women that say things out loud in public against relationships, against hatred towards men, and who say things and we do not title or label them correctly. The reason why I use this word misandry, because if you do not know who the artist is, Boosie is a hip hop artist from the great state of Louisiana, raised in Baton Rouge, broke himself through poverty, not without trial and error, not without bad things that he's done in his life, which I will not speak on because that's Boosie. We all know who Boosie is. But what we have to understand is that Boosie has misandrous in his life, and he probably doesn't even realize it. He has women that he has children with that are misandrous. He had women that he had children with from prior relationships who have done things and who have infused themselves inside of conversations that are, number one, not appropriate, and number two, should not be said out in public. I'm going to play a video. I didn't want to get the young lady in the shot so much, but the only thing I could do, I couldn't get her without the face visual audio. So this video will be coming from Instagram of her speaking on her father in a misandrous tone. So I want you to know, video may have a little vernacular, colorful language in here. I'm warning you now, but this is going to be a case study that I want us to watch. It's fair use, but I want you to see what I'm talking about when I use these type of words. So let's go to it. All right, let me go ahead and play it now. Sharing the screen. Let me play the audio now.
You be busy. I'm taking all my wheel in the moon. I'm taking all my shit in the moon. You call my daughter a bitch? Tell that bitch I'm taking all my wheel in the moon. You call my daughter a bitch? I'm a black her fucking eye when I see. I wish you would put your hands on my car. For y'all. And we're very thankful. The video says you're busy. That's all it says. What does it? You ain't do nothing to my brother, huh? I'm gonna see if you can swim like your. You ain't do nothing to my brother. You ain't do nothing to my brother. I'm gonna see if you can. You ain't do nothing to him. Breathe like your. You ain't do nothing to him. Crackhead mama, hope. You ain't do nothing to him.
13 and you talk like I'm 16. Listen to.
This what I tell you is wrong.
It don't.
Why? No, I
now listen to this.
What did you tell her?
And I always talk about doing something to somebody's mama.
I didn't tell nobody to dish you. What are you talking about? What did you tell Tori? Cause she crying.
Hold up, she pulling it up. Yeah, you gotta bring old stuff out.
I just want to let you know I'm gonna see if you can swim. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that. That girl ain't dog you. All that girl said was you be busy. Tell that I'm taking out my wheel in the morning.
Take it from me. Come on now.
You call my daughter.
Wait, Mom, pause it. Pause it, Mom, real quick.
Taking out my wheel.
When I was 15, I had a big old block party. Everybody in BR could vouch. I had a big old block party. This man gave me a big old stack of money.
5 bands.
He gave me a big old stack of money, y'all. Guess what? Soon as everybody left, guess what? He got that back, put that in a bank account. I couldn't even use it. Come on now. I've been getting stuff took from him. So y'all instead of saying, you gonna miss out, you gonna miss out. If that mean I've been missing out. Come on now. He broke my heart before a nigga could.
I don't even know what that means.
Listen. I'm a little girl.
Dog you. All that girl said was you be busy. I'm taking all my wheel.
In that moment, y'all, tell me, number one, mama, if you and your child's father are having situations, why are you allowing your child to hear that? Why? Why do you think that is appropriate for your child to hear what you and your child's father are going through? Number one, I'm not excusing the father's behavior, how he is responding, how he is talking. But if you know that you are having issues with that child's father, why do you think it is cool for you to do that in front of the child? No matter what y'all dealings, no matter what y'all had going on, that is a child. Listen to that young lady. Does she operate like a teenage girl? Does she speak like one? Does she talk like one? Does she respond like one? Why do we have to rush our children to grow old, man? Why? Let her live her teenage years. Let her have a young teenage moments. And that moment right there, that young lady has shown me in her actions, how she's responding, her mannerisms. That is not a young lady prospering into a young woman. That is a young lady who is in adult family business. Again, I am not excusing her father for the tone, how he's responding, or what is going on. All I'm saying right now is that we are seeing the mother actively have that father on speaker's phone when they are having a family dispute. And while this family dispute is going on, we are seeing them live doing it so everyone can see the family dysfunction go on in real time. Who wins right there? Who wins? Who wins by seeing a father get into it and is angry with his daughter? Who? And I'm going to say something very uncomfortable right now, but it needs to be said. Your relationship that your father has with your mother is none of your damn business. Well, my father and mother separated after 20-something years together, right? And my mother told me what happened between my father, her side of the story. Remember, it's always three sides. It's her side, his side, and it's the truth. And she told me that my father and him had a stepping out or something like that happened. I'm going to tell y'all the coldest line my father told me to check me. You know what my father said? He said, "Real, that's my woman. I'm your daddy. You don't ever ask me no questions, son. I'm your father. Whatever got going on between me and my woman, what the hell that got to do with you? But daddy, nothing, son. Stay in the child's place. You don't know what's going on between me and your mama. You don't know the backstory. You don't know what's happening. You don't know nothing, son. You are my child. You are my child. You will never understand the father-mother relationship dynamics until you are a father. Don't you ever question me about what I did with my woman, son. Now, what I did with you as a father, all day. But the relationship between me and your mother is husband-wife. You a child. You have no right to question me. You have no right to ask me no questions and stay in the child's damn place. I was a sophomore in college when he said that to me, y'all. I felt defensive. You know, my little pride was in the moment, but he was right. That's a relationship between him and his woman. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I told my mother at the end of the day, Mom, I'm my father's son. I'm his child. You his woman. That dynamic is not the same. I don't need to hear about nothing that y'all have outside of what I got my relationship with him. Me and his relationship is a father-son. You and his relationship is a relationship husband-wife. It is not the same. This child, 16-year-old, is hearing a relationship between the father and the mother. And she's infusing herself in that relationship, not understanding that the dynamics are not the same. Boosie is having a misandrous conversation with a woman that they have had a past. Don't care about the past. I care about the well-being of the child. Words are said. It's not none of my business. It's not none of the child's business. But why is this normalized like this is okay? Why is this normalized like this is a healthy relationship? It's unhealthy. It's unproductive, and it's not good for anyone. Bottom line, what your father did for you, young lady, is you and your father's relationship. That has nothing to do with your mother, sisters, cousin. That is you and your father's relationship. You have to learn to separate those two. What your mother and your father had going on ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't got nothing to do with you. You don't know the past, history, anything of it. And it's none of your business. You only get one father in this world. Respect him, honor him, love him as you do your mother. You're going to be a wife one day. You're going to have children one day. And you will say the same things that you need to strive and have with your family. You want to strive to be healthy. You want to strive to have a decent relationship. You want to strive to have somewhat of an understanding. But this toxic behavior, this unhealthy lifestyle of calling and cussing and saying this and saying that, who is that going to help? None of this is going to be good. None of it. Nothing positive will come from this situation, how you are openly discussing and debating and talking down to your father. It won't. Any self-respecting future husband that see his wife discussing his father like that, if that was my son, I wouldn't want him to date you. You talk about your daddy like that on the open internet? Not my son. Date their sons. Anybody that's infusing them son to be a husband, to be a family man, I would not encourage him to date a woman that openly has contempt for their father on the internet. Why? You will be leading his future generation, his seed, his legacy, his upbringing. Why does he need somebody that has to emotionally handle this type of problems? He needs somebody even keel and that understand that life is going to life sometime. He needs somebody healthy. What we see right now, with you openly speaking about y'all business after a family dispute is happening, it is nothing but misandry. Your mother should not be doing that. No matter what they got going on, it ain't none of your business, 16-year-old. What they got going on is between them. Your relationship with your father, that's between y'all. Good, bad, or indifferent, you have to respect that man. Because you are not respecting just him. You're going to respect your future husband down the line that may carry on your legacy. And if you can't respect your father, how are you going to respect your husband, his leadership? How are you going to respect your sons? his uncles, his fathers. You have to understand that everything matters. As the example I gave my mother and my father's relationship, my mother still don't like that I say that to her. But I still remind her, Ma, that's my dad. Whatever y'all got going on ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. I don't want to know. That's y'all's situation. My dad with me has been a great father. In the house, raised us. No, he did not have a lot of money. No, he was not a fluent man. But he gave us love, his work ethic, honor, respect, and an establishment for who we are. He was in the house with me and he raised me and my siblings all our lives. He did his job. I don't expect nothing more or nothing less. We always talk about, what we need in Black America. I like to label myself the familypreneur because that's what we need the most, y'all. We don't need more money. We need more families. We need more families. Money is not going to change that. Wealth is not going to change that. Boosie is a high net worth man. And look how the misandries are treating him. Look how the open contempt and words are being talked about towards him. Money won't change that, y'all. Respect, honor, love, and families will. Respect, honor, love, and families will. Let me close this thought. This young lady is 16 years old, about to prepare her life to get out into this adult world. I pray she transitions well. I pray that she graduates and she does with her own life, which must success among our FBA system. Do we think right now the shoes that are going to be sold to her that she's prepared to be out here for somebody else? Do we think that the open contempt of misandry that she's displaying is going to help her in the dating market as someone else? Think about it, y'all. She's going to be out here dating, trying to be someone's mother, wife one day. She's going to be out here displaying how men should be treating her. She's going to be talking about it, discussing it, and giving her ideal on what it takes to be in a relationship. But I want to break something down. I'm going to give y'all a historical lesson. Y'all know me, Mr. History Guru. Do you know where the open contempt from men stem from? In our community, all Black men should know this. If you have not heard this lady called Bell Hooks, I advise all brothers should Google her name. This lady, who passed away several years ago, had an open contempt for many Black men. She started that ideology of speaking out in public about us, dismantling the Black male's image, going against the family structure, starting that idea look of I don't need no man. I can do good all by myself. The patriarchy of Black men are bad for us. You must learn the root of it and the founders of it, y'all. Bell Hooks ideology you saw in real time with the Boosie situation. Prior to that Bell Hooks ideology being present, you didn't hear people talk like that openly about their fathers. You didn't see misandry books being written. You didn't see when the Central Park Five were arrested, when Bell Hooks made money and took ad out saying those Black boys probably did it. We didn't see open misandry on this level until Bell Hooks made it very common. Most people don't know that her bin name was she went on theories. She had theories she wrote, y'all. She wrote theories on how Black males do not need to be a part of the Black family. No, she did. She had ideologies in books by saying we need to talk about Black men in love. She had ideologies in saying this is what it takes to have a successful family without having one on. Bell Hooks made it common practice, along with the other popular actors of that day. I think men should know these terms when you hear these philosophies, these open misandrists speaking. Learn the roots. As a Black American that grew up in America with his father, that has been through every status, I would say, in America, poverty class, middle class, upper middle class, never been in the fluent class, but I've been in multiple classes of people. We are not educated on what stuff started from. I'll give my father his multiple credit by trying to place the Black knowledge on ourselves, the rite of passage, but my father never dived in deep enough on relationships. This was something I've had to rediscover as a man. But as I've learned, even though I have not been in the dating market for a very long time, but I deal with women, people, families on a regular basis. And the one thing I've learned is that you see these ideology in our children's young. As young as high school, you will meet young Black American women that'll say they need to go out and travel and have fun. When you see other ethnicities of women say things as in, I want to make sure I have a relationship, then I can travel with my husband. There is an open ideology being spread at ages 13 to 12. Bell Hooks is primarily responsible for that. Bell Hooks ideologies, the theories of the patriarchy, how Black men need to be talked about, how Black men are a problem for the Black family, what it takes to be a strong, successful Black woman. Men, educate yourself. Women, educate yourself on where these theories come from, where these accusations spur from. How have they been brought up? Who brought them up? And understand how toxic of a way of thinking, speaking, ideology, and presentation form we've seen it. Bell Hooks, when she passed away, nobody said it. When she passed away, there was no glowing recommendation. Do you know how much toxicity she's done to families, ideologies, speaking terms, and never got any love, even upon her departure? She passed away alone in Kentucky without being married. I don't even know if she had children. She spewed so much open hate and contempt and got rich off of it on Black men. She wrote books. She made theories. She wrote novels. She said a lot of negative things about us. And if you ask the average brother who Bell Hooks was, they can't even tell you. But we should know these things. We should deconstruct them. We should hear them. And we should know what they are doing to us actively now. Again, I am a Black male, 30 years old in Houston, Texas. And I hear open contempt among young ladies right now in this environment who are affected by Bell Hooks' ideology and feminist training to this day. Bell Hooks, she spoke openly contempt, negativity, harshness, and bad thought processes. Man, Bell Hooks, an open misandrist who affects us to this day. Moving on our last and final topic for today on this live. Again, thank you for tuning in again, y'all. We got one more subject. Smash the like button, comment, or subscribe to the channel. We talked about a lot today, but I think we need to end it on another note. Y'all, did Oprah ask for donations? Did the billionaire Oprah Winfrey ask for donations for the Maui fire victims? Okay. She started a car fund to help displace Hawaiian Mauians to have money directly in their pockets. With this crowd fund, she's asking the public, me and you, to donate to this charity that will help the Maui citizens with their current bills and projects they owe. Let me say it again. Oprah is having a crowd fund for Maui citizens. I'm not BSing, y'all. I am not BSing. She is having a crowd for her and Dwayne Johnson. He is a Hawaiian citizen. Maybe he's trying to do it from a good place. But when has it become cool for millionaires and billionaires to ask for donations to help? Where they do that at? Have y'all not? It sounds kind of tone deaf. Oprah, I've already had comments and stuff about you, but you, Oprah, you've done a lot bad to the black men and black community. Let's be frank. My relationship with Oprah is kind of, I've seen her by the comments she's made, the open misandry she's placed, the ideology of I don't need no man, how she made billions off lies off black fathers when she said recently in an interview that the Pew Research theory debunked everything that she said. Oprah's right-hand man, the godfather of Brazil, was recently given like 99 years for his sexual assault victims in Brazil as his cases were doing. Look up the story, Google it. Oprah, who recently sold her network for dirt cheap. We don't know why. We don't know what's going on. She had a successful business network, but it just flew by night. Oprah, whose school in Africa randomly shut down because of accusations of crimes. Oprah, who's never opened a school in Americas when we need them. Oprah, who has done things, excuse me, that are just head scratching. I remember years ago when Dave Chappelle made a statement about weird stuff going on. And Oprah was there and she was questioning him. Oprah asking for money for Hawaii citizens who are currently displaced is crazy. Call it what it is. You're a billionaire. You are a billionaire. Reach in your pockets and help them directly. Why are you asking the public to donate their hard-earned money and you and The Rock make 300+% what the average American makes? Y'all, I understand the act of trying to do it, but it's not a good look. Did y'all run it by anybody else? Oprah, did you run anything by anybody else when they heard the statement? I know what the intent is, and I'm not trying to begrudge that or say anything against it. Let's read it. Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson have committed $10 million directly to make payments to the Maui people who are unable to have their homes due to the wildfire. The monthly payment will give people monthly $1,200 a month to adults who are not able to return to their primary residence because of recent wildfires, including people who have owned and rented their homes. According to the fund's website, the fund will also seek donations to extend the leave of time to prevent to provide. How do we help? The young rock star said to Oprah Winfrey during the wildfire, saying the video released along with the announcement they have grabbed both their direct efforts. You want to take care of great need of people? That's giving them money. They looking forward to every person who you call me and what you can do, Winfrey said in the video. The pairs are inspired by Dolly Parton's wildfire through Gatlinburg in 2016, where 14 people were killed and 2,400 structures were burned down. The idea came from People Fund, work response to the utility companies and as residents whose homes have been destroyed and whose facilities will need to be rebuilt. The lump sum of $5,000 can be transferred at the end of 6 months. The People's Fund of Hawaii applicants must show a government ID and the utility bill for any uninhabitable residents. Winfrey, who lives in Maui part-time, visits an emergency shelter these days after the wildfire, getting resources to residents. At least 115 people have been killed through the fires, although the number of missing is still unknown. So it was a tragedy that happened in Maui, y'all. Bottom line, sorry, pray for the Maui people. It's extremely harsh what happened to you guys in your homeland and what is going on because you guys are United States citizens and it's a sensitive matter. I'm not going to sit right here and joke on that because it's a tragedy. It's a hard thing what the Maui citizens are going through. I'm only speaking of, number one, we gave billions to Ukraine. Billions with a B. How are we giving Ukraine all this money when we have our own citizens suffering And we have to have a crowd fund to help with some of their utility problems. And Oprah's leading the charge. Not trying to be funny, y'all. Oprah kind of gives me that Diddy energy, where it's just, I don't know. Not saying Diddy's a bad person, but some of his business dealings, your name matters, right? So, again, it's tragedy what's happening out there. But to be a billionaire asking for donations, it just don't sit right with me. Maybe it's my person, maybe it's how I think, y'all. Maybe it's the contrarian, maybe it's just I have feelings towards Oprah. I just have a hard time digesting a billionaire asking for payments. I just do. You have the money. If you genuinely want to help the people in Maui, dig in your pocket and do it. If you genuinely want to provide value to the Maui citizens, you get in your pocket and do it. To ask people who are going through an economic crisis in this country to help you, it's kind of tasteless. It's kind of tone deaf. It's giving, using their words, it's giving, I don't care. $1,200? A STEMI? A STEMI to the Hawaiian residents is a slap in the face. It is. It is. It's not going to help. Dig in your pocket, give the billions we gave to the Ukraine to our citizens. To our citizens. And don't ask us to donate to a company that you have. People already have an issue with giving to charities now. It's a bad name. Some charities do not help people. They don't. We don't see an update. We don't see the status progressing. Charities in my generations have a bad name. I'm going to keep it real with you. Charities in previous generations maybe have had better footing. But in my generation, I don't trust charities. It is an open contempt for what charities do. There was a strong distrust for you guys. I don't know how you could rebrand it. I don't even know how you could change it. All I know is right now, people don't like charities. They don't. And to have people that are already distrustful leading a charity organization, in my humble opinion, makes it worse. In closing, again, y'all, comment, like, or subscribe to the channel, man. It is the Sunday before the NFL season just begins. We talked about Coach Prime. We talked about Stephen A. and Skip. We talked about Undisputed, and we talked about the sports world. Then we dove into Masandri, Boosie in this situation, Bell Hooks, Masandri, and Oprah Winfrey. King crowd, I'm coming here, man. My channel is basically mostly off history with my videos. I love to educate people on America's history because we were not taught. Most of us have been miseducated. My channel is small, but I'm growing. I want to continue to learn, man. Support me in any way that you can or feel needed to. I am bringing this hot content with you because I want to give value. That's my primary thing, y'all. I love to give value to people because I believe it is more of a blessing to give than receive. Now, I like receiving, but I prefer to give and extend my hand because we need it. We need guidance. We need structure. That's the whole point of my vision, to give guidance and structure to any young man that wants to know something, whether it's for a paper, whether it's to speak, whether it's just to learn. I am here to help you on that path if you need it. Everybody needs something. All I need for you to do is comment, like, and subscribe. I'm telling you, the vision is just starting. This is officially live number 9. It is incredible that I've had 9 weeks of consistency, and I'm going to continue to do it as long as God put breath in my lungs. I'm excited for you to be here. I'm excited for us to keep growing together. Crowd a game. Share it. Like it. Post it if you need to. Until next time, enjoy your week. Enjoy your work week. Enjoy the talk shows. And most importantly, stay in touch with your family and your support system. Because without them, we do not know what it would be. It's your boy, King Crowder, checking back in. Until next time, we'll vibe out with some beats.